Hello everyone, it's Lisa from Epic Yarn Gems, and today I have a special video for you. I'm making this video for the Battle Cap project, and the cap that I'm making today is going to be in the round. I do have another video out there that is not made in the round, so if you prefer to not work in the round, there is that video out there, and I will put a link for that. My friend Kirk Stapleton is the founder of the Battle Cat Project, and he's pretty much a one-man show. I do help from time to time, make a cap here and there, but he is getting so many orders that he is looking for volunteers. So I will also put a link down in the description for a Facebook group called the Battle Cap Project Volunteers, and he's looking for people to assist in making these caps. They are free to anybody going through chemo, and he sends a really cool package along with the cap. So if you want to check it out, please check out his Facebook page as well. The majority of battle caps are made with Premier Everyday Anti-Pilling yarn. It is a really super great yarn. I love it. It works up really nice and soft, and it's just a preferred yarn to be used. Typically you should use a 4 medium weight. Also, depending on how tightly or loosely you crochet, you can use a hook size anywhere from a 4mm to a 5mm. The caps are made top down, so we're going to start with a magic circle, and how I do this is I wrap the yarn around my fingers, and then I go underneath the first strand, picking up the second one, pulling it through, and giving it a little twist. So for row 1, you are going to start the magic circle, but do that any way that works best for you. And then you're going to do a chain 2. Into the magic circle, you are going to do 12 double crochets. I will also put a link on how to do a double crochet if you need some practice or a refresher. So you're going to yarn over, go into the magic circle, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through the first 2, and then yarn over and go through the last 2. And you're going to do this until you have 12 double crochets in that magic circle. When you get to 12, you're just going to give that non-working piece of yarn a tug to tighten it up, and you're going to go into the very first stitch that you had done, and you're going to do a slip stitch join. For row 2, you're going to do a chain 2, and then you're going to do 2 double crochets in each of the stitches all the way around. After you do this, you will have 24 total stitches in your round, and you're just going to continue to do this, and I will put a note in here up until row 7, and you're going to continue to increase. One of the things about the battle cap is the size. Typically these are made for people who may have lost their hair or are losing their hair. So once you get to row 6, it should measure about 5.5 inches long, but you do want to make it a little bigger. So you do want to get it to probably a diameter of around 6 inches long, and I just provided you the instructions on how to do that with the increases. So now we're going to start working in the round. So I use a piece of string and lay it across so that I know where I'm starting. And I am going to start with a double crochet in that very first stitch. And then what you're going to do is you are just going to do double crochets all the way around. You may have 77 stitches, you may have 72, you may have 80. It really depends on the type of yarn that you're using and how tightly or loosely you crochet. So once you get back to your starting point, what you're going to do is you're going to do another double crochet into that very first stitch that you had done, and I move up that piece of yarn so I know where it has started. A lot of people can do it by sight, but I like to put that little piece of string in there so I know where my next round is starting. And you are just going to continue to do that all the way around, and you're just going to keep going round after round until you get to row 15. At row 15, you're going to change your color. Now, I'm going to be totally honest here. I am not the best in doing the round and changing colors and making the color changed seamless, which is why typically I don't do the round, but a lot of people do. The one trick here is to make sure all of your ends are really tight. This is what will make the transition a little better and a little less noticeable. But like I said, I am not really good at it, but I'll do my best here. And how I typically do this is I will lay that non-working piece of yarn across, and I am just going to crochet that right into the next row so that I don't have to weave in my ends at the very end. But do it whatever way works best for you. So for row 15, you are going to change to your secondary color. And then you're going to go all the way around. And when you get back to the start, you're going to change your color back to the primary color and do a round. After you have done that, you are going to go back to the secondary color and do a round. Now we are on row 18 and we're going to do a little different. We're going to do a half double crochet. You're still using that secondary color, and to do a half double crochet, you're going to yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all three. I'll put a link on how to make half double crochets just in case you need a reminder or you're just learning. So you're going to do an entire round like that half double crochet. You're going to change your colors again at row 19 to the primary color, and you're going to do a row of double crochets. When you get done with that round and you are on round 20, you are going to do a row of half double crochets. Just like we did with that secondary color of blue, you are going to do that with the primary color, and this will be the end of the battle cap. So your last two rounds of round 19 is a double crochet, and round 20 is a half double crochet. What I typically do when I am working the row 19, I just lay my secondary color across the top row just so that I don't have to weave in the ends, and then I just cut it off and it just becomes part of that one row. But if you like to weave in your ends, or if you're not comfortable doing that, you can always, just leave your end and weave it in at the end. So the end of the battle cap is doing a slip stitch just to bring those last two rows together. You're going to snip that off, and then you're going to weave in all of your ends. You're going to weave in the end down here at the end, and also the end that was made when you did your magic circle. A rough measurement, if you lay the battle cap flat, should be about 9 inches across. And then if you are going from top to bottom and you lay it out flat, it should be roughly 8 inches long. So with those measurements at the beginning of your increased rows, and then with all the work that we did, this is the measurements that you are aiming to get. Things may be a little different depending on the hook size and the yarn you use, but those are the measurements that you want to get at the end. I want to thank you all for joining me, and also for taking the time to consider making some caps for this wonderful project. As always, peace, love, and happiness. Take care and stay safe.